Inside this video topic, we'll discuss about the folders and files structure of our React application, what we had installed inside our previous video. Let's go back to editor. So as we know that to create our front-end section, we have downloaded our React application and we can see that I have opened that setup that is React.js-app-1 into my VS Code. So before going further, I only request you to please hit the like button to give us a thumbs up to this interesting course and please do subscribe so that I will be creating such type of amazing and interesting courses for you. So here, if we discuss about the folders and files, so we can see that after installation, it is containing three folders called Node Modules, Public and SRC. Remember, while installation or creation of this React setup, we had executed a command called npm install. So after execution of npm install, it has installed 248 packages. So all those packages will go inside this Node Modules folder. So Node Modules folder of this application is basically responsible to contain all the node packages or node dependencies. Now inside this public folder, we can store our public accessible files, for example, our images, our CSS files, as well as our JavaScript plugin files. For example, if suppose we will create some application inside React where we have to use some images, some CSS files, some JS files, so all those public accessible files we have to store inside this public folder. Now next, here we have third folder of this application and that is SRC. Keep in mind that SRC folder is the main application or functional folder of this entire application because by the help of this folder, this complete application basically executes. If I open this SRC, now we can see that this folder by default is containing an assets folder, app.css, app.jsx, index.css, and main.jsx. I will explain about each files and importance of all these files of this SRC. Now, apart from these folders, here we have esclean.config.js. Then here we have the most important file of this complete application, which basically executes inside browser, that is index.html. And here we have package-log.json. And here we have package.json, which basically manage our dependencies of this application. And here we have read.config.js. Now, if I go first, let's open index.html. So we can see that inside this index.html, here we have the simplest skeleton of HTML, which is containing like a doc type and a HTML tag. Inside this HTML tag, we can see that here we have head tag and body tag. And inside this head tag, here we have meta tag, link tag, and title tag. Now, these are the regular elements of HTML. Now inside this body, we can see that here we have a div tag which is containing an ID attribute equals to root. Now the most important thing of this entire code, that is a script element, a script tag which has a source file path which is coming from SRC folder and that is main.jsx. And this file is going to load our complete application what we are seeing here by the help of this div and ID element that is equals to root. Now let's open first this main.jsx file. So here I will go into this src folder. Let's open main.jsx, and one more question here we have that look at its file extension, that is .jsx. If you are wondering that what basically it is, so to understand I will open one more file that is called app.jsx. Now from this file we can see that here we have some piece of code which seems to be complete JavaScript, but here we can see that here we have some piece of code which seems to be HTML code. So it means this is an extension which is not a complete JavaScript file as well as not a complete file of HTML. So it is something in between of JavaScript file as well as HTML file. So here let's open main.jsx file. So we can see that inside this file here we have some import statement which is importing like app from this app.jsx, and also here we have create root function, and here look at here it is passing document.getElement by id, and this is an id attribute of root of that is of index.html of div id attribute. Let's go here. So inside this root, it is rendering the complete application we can see here, and that is app component. And this app component is coming from this app.jsx file. So let's open. Here we have app.jsx file. So we can see that inside this app.jsx, now here we have some import statement like it is importing some images as well as some CSS file. Also here we have a function called app, and inside this function here we have return here, and inside this return some sort or some code of HTML, and this HTML what we are seeing into this browser. So for the time being, let's remove all this code from here. So I will remove this complete div, or let's say complete fragment. Let's pass div here within S3 tag. Let's call hello world. Save these changes. If I go here, and now we can see that apart from logo and other messages, now we are able to see our hello world custom message. So it means that this complete app.jsx is controlling our application, and it is loading by the help of this main.jsx. By the help of this app component, it is loading the complete application into this root element. So friends, this is the overall idea about the working folders and files of this React application. One more thing, if I go into this app.jsx, as we had already discussed that inside this extension, we basically write the code or the combination of code that is JavaScript and HTML. So the question is, if this file is containing the combination code of JavaScript and HTML, how basically they execute into browser? The answer will be like what the code, what the function, what the logic basically we write inside this extension called JSX. Automatically, all this code will be compiled by compiler and Babel to convert into the respective HTML element and also into plain JavaScript. So once all these things will be converted, automatically we get such type of output into browser. So successfully now inside this video we had discussed the complete process of working or the running application of React.js. Now from the next video we'll discuss some basic idea of React application so that we'll have some idea before starting our single page headless application with WordPress. Now let's meet to next amazing video. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.